grab a seat wherever you like. I'm close to where my best. They're doing polygraphs.
Oh, okay.
I'll do my best to keep it down. Appreciate you coming in.
Oh, yeah.
We'll knock it out. I'm learning that you and your constituents have a very busy schedule, so.
Oh, yeah, they aggravate me all the time.
We're trying not to interrupt that. But yeah, here to discuss the Sand Creek invoices as well as bidding procedures and everything like that. Still an ongoing investigation. Hopefully we'll wrap it up pretty soon. Just want to get a hold of you and your constituents to kind of get a feel as far as your understanding of what's going on, if you have any clue at all.
I'm going to answer all your questions, then I'm going to tell you what's going on. Or I'll tell you what's going on, and that might answer your questions.
Understand. Let me get is it Tim? Is it short for
Timmy Russian. And you want my legal full name is Timothy Adam Russian Sr.
Okay. Russian Sr. What's your date of birth, sir? I got your phone number. I'm just going to use the commissioner's office as your address, if that's fine. I'll let you kind of share it for us.
Oh, Clay Connor is, I was voting on paying Clay Connor invoices before I ever knew who Clay Connor or Toby Connor was. Mm-hmm. Same procedure's always been. Clay Connor is a truck broker. I own big trucks myself. Mm-hmm. I got cranes and all that. I bill out from the time my tail hits that seat at my shop till it comes back to that shop. My butt comes out of it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know what they're describing. Well, I know what got it all screwed up. What got it all screwed up. Number one is, y'all not investigating Clay Connor. Y'all investigating Toby Connor. Eltonsack and Cassandra Michael and Ray Davis and his old lady and David Bennett and all of them, that is the Bulloch County Coalition. And Robert Busby rode their coattail in to be the DA. And that's the only reason that probably you have ever done an investigation that went around the sheriff of a county. They didn't contact the sheriff. Robert Busby contacted y'all.
Right.
Because it ain't nothing but a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt because they after Toby Connor's seat at the county commission office. Because David Bennett won chairman, Ray Davis won seat, and Nick Newkirk won seat. They the Bulloch County Coalition. Okay. Eltonsack you can look it up, it's on the front page of the States for Herald. He come up behind the dais, just where we sit at, during an executive session and got on to me. I had to carry him to court to try to get a restraining order off of him. That's the reason it didn't go to the sheriff. Right. Now, he'll put off as he's a preacher, but he ain't, because he went to work one day, walked off with his old lady and young'uns and just left. Cassandra Michael's done the same thing. All they trying to do is cast a bad light on the commissioners, me. Of course, I can be honest with you. I don't care if my old lady and youngins don't vote for me again. Sorriest job I ever had for in my life. Mm-hmm. I even applied for a job up here to run the body van one time. I knew Charles Sykes and all. Oh, me and Kirk McLammer graduated high. We best of friends. Hang out every Friday and Saturday night. Me and his wife and my wife. But anyway, that is what's going on. And what happened when Ray Davis's old lady and Cassandra Michael caught a hold to them two natural invoices that y'all started with, and it had 100 and something hours billed. There was two, best I remember, I ain't got none of this wrote down, just what I was hearing past. Two invoices that y'all had, and it showed 100 and something hours a piece on them. Well, right then that set the trap. Oh, we got him now, we got something now. All they want is the publicity to go in the paper, to get on social media, so they can drive the county commissioners down. They fighting right now for Robert Busby to get a 78% increase in his office up there, which he ain't gonna get. So it's a total witch hunt. Now, my trucking business, if you was to investigate me, would you, I don't know which way it would go. Would you find an hour or two here or there, maybe? I'm not gonna say you wouldn't. Oh, you can go through the county's business with a fine tooth. Are you going to find some discrepancies in a $100 million a year budget? I don't think you'd have to be really Dick Tracy to find some discrepancy. Yep, you probably waste some of your own money. I feel sure. But as far as I eat my hat if there's any big commissioner getting a $50,000 or something. It just don't happen. Not where I'm at. It's just that's what's driving this wagon here. this whole thing. Now, as far as the billing, it's always been billed at. I didn't put it all together until Robert Busby had done caught that job before Senator Michael even got back up and started questioning the billing at the commissioner's office, at the commissioner's meeting. It's recorded. I don't know if you watched it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as plain as the nose on your face what's going on. I mean,
well,
but I'll answer your questions, whatever you got to ask.
I understand. I appreciate you commenting and adding that commentary.
Did you know any of that?
No.
Well, let's finish that.
We haven't.
Eltonsack, see, he tried to get me locked up. He went to the sheriff. That's the reason he went around the sheriff this time.
How recent are these things occurring, by the way? Is this kind of just last year? How long have you been commissioner?
This is my 6th year.
6 years.
Got 2 more, a year and a half more. Oh, yeah, he went to, because he stood there and told a lie. I was sitting, now, we went into an executive session, which he wasn't even supposed to be in the room anyhow. He took it on himself to come into our executive session. He thinks he's a lot more than he is, and he isn't. And what happened was he come in, he jumped on me. They always got something. They go through our agenda and they pick out something negative just to be able to pick out something that they can put on social media, which is fine with me. I don't care. I don't do social media. You put anything on there you want to about me, I won't never see it. Somebody might tell me, but I won't see it. So he come up there, and this is plumb childish and foolish. I can't even remember the man's name, but he was on the Joint Development Authority. Never met him before in my life. He had been on there for 30 years, and he was resigning. And he nominated a fellow that had worked with him, just like GBI would nominate you. If you've been here a while, you would move up. And the man's name was Patrick Wook. I don't know no Wooks. I've never known a Wook in my life. But he had been working with this man that held the seat for 30 years. You would think he would know more than the average cat. So this man, I can't even remember his name, but Bradley, he nominated his cohort, Patrick Wook, to be on the, and it's just a nomination from the county. It's not, it don't mean that he's going to get on that board. Just the 4 counties, 4 or 7, everybody nominates somebody. And then they pick who they want. So, because they didn't get that way, that made Eltonsack mad, so that's the reason he come up behind the dice with me. And I didn't even know he was behind me. I turned around, he's standing over me like this. And I don't play like that. I ain't never played like that. And so I just got up and told him he ain't gonna come up there. I mean, I wasn't elected for somebody to come and get on me now. I mean, I just ain't gonna do that. But anyhow, and I did. Did I cuss him out? I did. But I didn't threaten him. I had the rest of the commissioners sitting there and the chairman. Now he goes out in the hall with this same group that I'm talking about. Commissioner Rustin just threatened me. I got more sense than that. I got more. If I was going to do anything, I'd have done it. I would have never threatened. But anyhow, so he goes to the sheriff, and they go get, and then of course the little secretary, she's got her little record go, so they get that. I didn't threaten him, but he pushed for 3 or 4 days to try to get me locked up, just to get me in the paper. So when he did, I just took the behavior one out and I carried his tail to court. And I put me and him both on the front page of the paper. It's on the front page. You can go look at it. And that's how they play it now. It's just Toby's turn over the barrel, and they're going to use his brother to get to it. And that's how I feel about it. And I'll tell you that at the church house or at the courthouse, I have really no use in none of them because they play dirty pool. And so that's it. Investigate. If you find anything wrong, by all means do the law. But if you, just good luck, that's all I can tell you. But everything that they doing is whatever it don't.
Yeah. And I'll definitely document everything you tell me because there might be underlying circumstances that are kind of.
I called Anthony this morning. I said, "Did the investigation?" Yes. I told him. I said, "Well, I'm going up there to tell him because I'm not going to have them telling their side of the story." Now you can take that information. By all means, go ask Ray Davis and his old lady if I ain't dead right. I don't care who you tell.
Well, I plan to contact everyone, so I'm about halfway through the list.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Now, as far as me sitting down and going over every bill that comes through this county, be Clay Connor or be whomever, no, I don't.
That's my next question. There are people in place. You're trusting that these invoices are accurate and things like that when you vote on them.
Yeah. If they ain't accurate, I couldn't tell you because I don't sit and watch that truck go in and out the job.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went by them, they down here. Oh, that's another thing. Kurt McGlamry. Me and, like I said, been friends for years and years. Kurt McGlamry, I bought a farm right down the road here. Kurt lives up here in town. He's been all over Georgia with the state patrol. And he wanted to move back here. So I'll buy that place. He said, would you sell me an acre? Well, Bulloch County's ag 5. Go ahead.
Yeah, just make sure it's on silent.
Make sure it's on site. You know, I said, well, if I ever get, I'll see. Well, Kurt, I don't even know if you know Kurt, but anyhow, he's retired from the state patrol now, captain, and now he's got a little business that he calibrates. I'm so ignorant with computers and all, I can't tell you, but if you got a vehicle, which you probably got one, when somebody pulls up beside you, it tells you somebody's off your right flank over there, don't get over, and if you get out the lane, it'll shake your steering wheel and all that junk, back up, make cameras.
Yeah.
Well, now I might be speaking out of turn here. I might not be telling you the truth. I'm just telling you what I was told. And my understanding is by law that if you have an insurance claim on that vehicle, before it can leave that auto body shop, it has to be put on a computer, and all of them things have to be calibrated to make sure they're working, to make sure the shop hadn't short-sheeted. And I guess somebody got in an accident after that and got killed or something. Anyhow, Kurt's got that business. That's what he does. So I bought this farm, and Kurt asked me, he said, well, would you be willing to sell me that? I said, yeah. He said, well, I said, that's fine, whatever you want to do. So I sold Kurt the land because me and him good friends. And then the county done had a group come in trying to get the collection centers to recycle and all that to make it more feasible for the county. And so the piece of land I sold Kurt was 3.75 acres, and I own everything down there, right in the county. Before I was commissioner, I made sure that they got that place. Bill Smith, Bob Smith, he's dead now. But anyhow, so the county come to Kurt and said, would you swap? Because it's safer for us, and we need a bit more room. And of course, Kurt said, yeah. And I told him I didn't have no problem. Well, they tried to make a damn big deal out of that, trying to catch me wrong some kind of way. I said, look, ain't got nothing to do with me. Matter of fact, I made sure they got the land they own now. I said, I wasn't a commissioner at the time, so that's everything that they think that they can cast a bad light with. That's what they do.
Use it. Yeah.
So Robert Busby rode in on their coattail too. Put Totten out. They used the shooting over there in Sylvania or Jenkins County when the boy got killed. The state patrol killed him. They used all of that just like knives jabbing her. But anyway, what it is, I don't even know Robert Busby. My sister's good friends with him, but I don't know him. I can only imagine probably if he ever gets a chance, he's gonna shoot me too. But we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah. But other than that, I can't tell you. Other than yes, Clay Connor does haul for this, but now, and that's what they don't take into consideration. See, the first storm come through, the quarry run out of rock, and so Dink, my understanding now, I didn't bear witness to the conversation, said, look, they run out of rock, and we got this other storm coming, would you go? And he's just a man that the county goes to. This bunch here ain't got sense enough to know that you just don't snap your fingers and get a dump truck. Right now, with everything going on, I got one. I just keep it for the haul for me. But so Clay said, well, I'll pull my men off, because he's got long trucks too now. But in their mind, they said he had 2 trucks. They dumb as a rock. He's got several trucks. Now, I don't think he's got 2 short dump trucks, but he's got road tractors and long trailers too. He hauls fertilizer and corn and wheat and peanuts and whatever. But Ray Davis and them, and they good friends. They all grew up together. Ray Davis, which you know his wife, I can't even remember her name.
No, man, no.
You ain't never talked to her?
No.
Oh, well, I can bet Cassandra Michael and Eltonsack was sitting in the room with Robert Busby. Okay. With you. I ain't dumb.
Tell me about them exactly. They're the Bulloch County Coalition, my understanding, and so they're just
yeah.
okay.
Well, they more than that, and I can't prove this, but he left his old lady and 2 youngins, and she left her old man and 2 youngins, and they sit side by side at every meeting like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what you think's going on, but I owned a nightclub for 11 years. I can read somebody when they walk in the door if they got marital problems or not. When you got a 50-year-old man that walks into a nightclub and ain't nothing but 22, 23-year-old girls around there, and you know he's married, his old lady's out of town, or he's getting a divorce. And it goes for the women the same way. I mean, so, that's the thing about them. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about them.
As far as the scope of the investigation is concerned, you're kind of, I'm picking up at your talking here. You have serious doubts that the Connors, either of the brothers, are having any kind of criminal actions going on regarding the funds from Bulloch County or anything like that.
Like I said, if you find some miss somewhere, somehow, it'll be an error in the bookkeeping. The Connor family is a good family in the county. Mm-hmm. It ain't nothing but a witch hunt, and they can't. Let me tell you, this is how. They got after Toby Connor because Toby Connor voted to pay his brother. He wasn't, but he got that from legal. I'm sitting right there now. He got that from legal advice from our county attorney, which he ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer either, as far as I'm concerned. If y'all was fitting to lock me up, I wouldn't call him. I can promise you that. But anyway, he said, "No." Now, I recuse myself on stuff like with Kurt or stuff with my brother or anybody like that. I don't really have to. It ain't illegal. Now, it might be a little unethical, but I just try to, I just try to do like you're supposed to do. And Toby's, I said, "You ain't voting to give your brother," and Jeff Aikens, I said, "You ain't voting to give your brother no contract. He's done the work. The county's got to pay him. You can vote or not vote. We still gonna pay him." Oh, well, they tried to make something out of that. They couldn't make nothing out of that. Well, he voted to us, and then he said, "Well, I can simplify this. I'll get up and walk out the room. I'll recuse." I don't even know if y'all big educated. He's a recuse. You can recuse yourself. I think that means that you don't have no discussion and you don't vote. You can abstain. You can have discussion, but you can't vote. He said, "I'll do whatever words y'all want me to put on, and I'll walk out the room." He said, "It don't matter. He's hauled the rock. He's hauled the stuff, the dirt. Y'all owe him. If you don't want to pay him, don't pay him. He's his own man. I don't have nothing to do with trucking business. I farm." So he backed off. Well, then they couldn't do nothing about it. So then, wherever these 2 magical invoices come from, that was handwritten by Clay Connor, that hadn't changed from the time he started working for the county to that moment. Oh, he's got 2 trucks, and they got 100 something hours. No, I got more trucks than that. I'm just telling you how many hours my trucks run. Him and Jay Derso. Jay Derso's daddy's a retired state patrolman, Lynn Derso from Scriven County, and was a county commissioner. So I would, honest to God's truth, think that they would even have more sense than to try anything like that. But not only that, but I'll base their reputation on it now.
But you certainly have not seen or observed any kind of criminal actions based on,
I hadn't seen any unethical actions out of anybody except the ones that's putting on this, getting you to put the investigation on.
Well, our request came from the district attorney's office. As far as the sources from there, I can't confirm or deny your suspicions or anything, obviously, but we do have a scope of what we're looking into. It's just calculating invoices essentially.
Because I had somebody sit right and watch him go in his office. I can confirm who went in the office. I know exactly who went in the office. And I also know that Ray Davis and Nick Newkirk and David Bennett went up there and met with him after y'all's investigation started. So, if we're going to pull out the unethical card what they pride themselves on, transparency. Let's video every meeting, which is fine with me. I'm gonna say what I got to say one way or another, But that seems like that wasn't too transparent to me. I don't know. I mean, But anyhow, that's good. I just wanted to come up here. I had no intentions of writing nothing, signing nothing, or recording nothing. But they all told me, well, he's a good fella. Now I said, well, I'll go up. I don't mind shedding some light on what rabbit he's chasing if he wants it. And you can take everything I said and go ask them and see if they're a man of their word, because I can prove everything I just told you.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I do appreciate you coming down, sir. I said
and I talk a lot.
No, you're fine. No, I appreciate your willingness to be as forthcoming as you are.
And I don't mind telling you, it's about half pissed off with them. Yeah. Because if you want to play dirty pool, that's fine with me. Lawton come up there. I'm not scared of him for a minute. I can tell you that. But what he do? Well, him and Cassandra Michael run to the sheriff, and the sheriff's been knowing me all my life, all his life. I'm older than the sheriff. And the sheriff told him, so you fared pretty good, really. Come up there and challenge him. So they couldn't get no satisfaction out of that. And so now, but they got me on the front page of the paper, and they got me all stirred up in that mess. And so they got plenty of footage to put on social media when I run again, which I don't care. I absolutely 1,000% do not care. Now, they moving right along. Now they got the Connor family. Somebody called me last night and said he had come out on Grice Connect. I think this investigation hit the front page of the paper this morning. They don't care if y'all don't ever press no charges. They getting done what they want right now. They getting it done, because when election time comes, that's going to be all over social media. Oh, big. And I can tell you, even the commissioners just gone. Now, like I say, I'm not no keen person, and I sure can't sit and watch over day and night $100 million budget. It's all I can do to keep up my checkbooks, you understand? And my wife retired from the bank. She does that for me. I just work like a dog. That's all I do. And I think Lawton, he said he was a mathematician, I think is what he said into me. He's a mathematician, so he's smarter than everybody in the room. Whatever. They just building up some social media that they can splash Toby with, and then they'll be after Anthony Simmons next. They just can't. They was after Ray Mosley so hard, but Ray Mosley, and just to be point blank, he's in District 1, and that's a minority district, and they not going to put them out of office as hard as they want to try. They just can't go do it. They ain't two finer fellas in Bulloch County. I told somebody yesterday, you get down on your hands and knees and kiss their feet, because they good people. They don't believe in this worth a nickel. I can tell you that right there. And but I wished Anthony would come up here and tell you, and see if it ain't verbatim what I'm telling you. Exactly. He'll tell you, because they couldn't be after him next. But I don't care if they whip me. I don't even know if I'm going to run again, so I wouldn't tell them that. I might run just to make them whip me. But other than that, no, sir, I cannot tell you not one thing that's going on illegal, not only about Clay Connor, but about any other commissioner up there, or anybody that works at the county. Now, we going through an issue with one that he kind of likes to run around with the gals at the tax office, but they clock out, and so that ain't really that ain't my rabbit to chase, what you do on your own time. If your old lady puts up with it, mine did it a lot, so that was mine and her business. So. But other than that, I don't know of one illegal thing that's going on up there. Now, would I bet my life on it? No, because I don't know everybody that works for the county.
Right.
But I can tell you, I'll just about bet, and I know you can't tell me, and that's fine. But I'll just about bet if you found anything, it's minute, because it'll be a clerical error. Mm-hmm. Because the boy and I don't know. It just bothers me because it's hard enough to get people to do anything for the county now, and I don't know what's going on with that little group there, but whatever they're doing is they're gonna put the county in a big. Well, it's just foolish stuff that goes on. David Bennett goes and talks to, and I know you know him. Oh, Billy Hickman. You know Billy?
Mm-mm.
He's the representative, state representative.
Uh-oh.
Senator, I'm sorry. Senator.
I've yet to meet him.
Yeah, senator. He was representative. David Bennett, after he becomes sheriff, he goes and talks to Billy Hickman and records it and puts it on social media. Now, let me just tell you some about county business. About 2 months, they had done one election about 2 months before. Bulloch County, the state really smiles on Bulloch County. That's the reason this GBI office is here, and that's the reason the state patrol barracks is over there, and that's the reason Ogeechee Tech is sitting out here, because Ogeechee Tech was supposed to go to Evans County. And Joe Kennedy seen it come over here. Jack Hill. Yeah, they was all real fond of Bulloch County. They dead and gone now, but they got a good bunch. Billy Hickman and all them coming right behind them that's going to see about Bulloch County. Well, 2 months before they took their natural seat, Bulloch County gets a check for $2.5 million from the state of Georgia. Said, I know y'all got some growing pains down there. Use this to help some of your roads. They give Bulloch County a grant was going to give them a grant for $4 million for some sewer. You know about the wells down there that everybody's racing king about. I don't know how much you know about it. They're going to put the wells down there and they're going to get the water. I mean, don't matter how I vote. Did I vote for them? Yeah, I voted for them because they was going to do it anyhow, and I had to vote for the mitigation fund. That's what this bunch is against too, because they're going to give us $1.3 million for the water, or they was going to take the water for free. Now, I don't know how you'd have voted, but I'll vote again. Same way. And we was going to be in charge of the mitigation fund. If anybody had any well problem, the federal government was going to fix the wells. Well, we in cahoots with Bryan County and Effingham and Chatham on that. Well, all the EPD permit says there's got to be a mitigation fund. Bulloch County ain't got to be in it. Ray Davis, his old lady, and this bunch I'm talking about, they trying to knock that out. I said, well, you're going to knock that in the head. All you're going to do is they're just going to pull our seat away from the table, and they're going to get the water anyway. Bryan County's going to get all the money. Instead of giving us $1.3 million, they're going to sell it all and get all the money from the metal plant down there. So it don't matter to me. I'm just trying to run it like I run my own business. I'm trying to make it as easy on everybody as I can. But, you know, if they want to, and I don't know, you don't want to hear all that, but it's just.
It helps kind of paint.
It's them against us, is what it's them against us. Period. End of the day. I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't know how deep the DA's in with them. Undoubtedly, pretty damn deep. That's all I can say. I mean, you know, the sheriff ain't very happy about it. I can tell you that, because he didn't know nothing about it. And I mean, if it had been some big. I feel sure if it had been some big hundreds of $1,000 million scam going on, I feel sure we'd be done heard a whole lot about it by now. But they just digging, and if they can't get this, they gon' keep digging and keep digging and keep digging, and they're just they can have at it if they want to. I make sure I do all my stuff right so they can have at it, because I know they've loaded for bear, and I ain't. But I'm loaded for bear too now. Everybody gets to play now. Just don't one person get to play.
Understood. Mr. Rush, I appreciate your time and all of your insight.
Did I bore you to death?
No, absolutely not. No, I take this very seriously, for sure. And we'll get to the end. What happens at the end, we're all gonna have to wait and see together.
And I encourage you to use the information that I give you, and I encourage you to reach back out to Anthony Simmons. And I don't know if the rate is right. I don't know.
I'm reaching out to everybody on the list. I'm about halfway through the list now, so all y'all are so busy. So
I would reach out to them, and I encouraged Anthony this morning. I said, you need to go and talk to me. I mean, I said, I'm plumb tired of this crowd racing hell about everything. I said, I'm dragging all that down on the table. Throw it out and let's rake through it. I said, I'm ready. But we're gonna rake through them a little bit too. You know, ask them all about, you know, it ain't nothing, but it's 2 or 3 little heads down there that's stirring up all this commotion. And Ray Davis, he's a commissioner, but he don't realize it's going to turn around and bite him in the butt too, because he's going to get caught up with all of that coalition. Well, it's just like the Connors down there, man. Ray Davis and Charles Connors, Toby and Clay's daddy, played football together at Southeast Bulloch High School. And it wouldn't surprise me none at all if y'all didn't get a call down and have to go down there and investigate somebody getting killed out this deal.
Oh, Lord, don't say that.
Well, I mean, when you get to accusing people's young'uns of something now, you better, and they live right down the road from each other. I tell them I live within register. I live right here. I don't know if you know where I live at or not, but you've been investigating me, you ought to know. To go to 46 and turn around.
I'm using the commissioner's office address for you. I'm sure
Right down
you
here on the right. You're welcome to come anytime. But I'll be just as helpful to you as I can. I mean, I'll be just as honest with you if I can. If I know where somebody was taking $1, I'd tell you. I can tell you this, and you check my bank account, it sure ain't me, because this thing ain't done cost me money since I messed with it. I used to cut, I'm in the tree business, I'm in the mobile home moving business, I'm in the mobile home park business, I own a septic tank, Tri-County septic tank, they turned my truck over last Monday right down in the ditch. So, I deal with a lot of people and all that, and I used to do all the county and all the city's work, as far as the trees work and all that. I get about $17,000 a year, and I burn that in fuel doing this right here, going to see people. And I don't get to do none of that work, you know. So, I even refrain myself from it as far as if I'm in business with Adam Harwell, and he still does some of it, but on his side. But I said, I ain't even gonna be on the job. I ain't driving the loaders or nothing. Ain't nobody riding by looking at me standing there, because I ain't wanting to hear none of that trash. But with that being said, as long as you get paid for what you do, it might be a little unethical, but it ain't illegal. Man, I sure appreciate it. I bet you like that.
Anything else comes up, you got my number, don't hesitate to reach out. You're recording now at 10:14 a.m.